Hey guys, Mark Rodriguez here from behind the camera. This is the legendary Guru we were trying to get on Nerds Vietnam, but of course that place is now closed, so of course that does, you know, and that kills the chance of that happening. But anyways, right now we're going to talk about, since we've been doing our WWE Aftershock show on YouTube since last Survivor Series, and now we've just finished this year's Survivor Series, we're just talking just a little quick thing about what all has changed left and right, and just the thoughts on wrestling in general, the people where it's headed and all that stuff. Like, offhand, the three little things I've noticed is last year's Survivor Series was all about the whole authority thing, the whole team Cena versus team authority. If they lose, the authority's gone. And yes, they did lose, and they came back like a few months later. Like, what are your any thoughts on that?
It seems like they're just trying to basically push through a storyline.
Yeah.
Is basically what it's going for.
Did you ever really believe they were actually going to go and stay gone?
No, wrestling is just like comics. Nothing stays dead for very long. I mean, look at what they're going to do with the Generation X. You know, gone for years, pulled them back in for a little while. It's just what they like to do.
Jeez. And then similar to that, Bray Wyatt has his people. They separate from him. Now they're back together. Like it never even happened. You know, like they never really separated.
Sometimes you got to retcon. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to. There's no choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes with storylines not working, you know, me from working in wrestling, sometimes with storyline you just see it's not working. Sometimes you just got to keep it going, and you got to move on to something else. And sometimes you just got to be like, oh, forget about that, it never happened.
Yeah. And then from other things, we've got like, AJ retired. She came back for a bit and retired. We got all these new NXT people joining up. We got Kevin Owens. We got not Strowman. He's not from NXT, but we got Tyler Breeze just recently joined the roster now. Let me see. So this year alone, we got like Kevin Owens joined the gang. We got Charlotte and Becky and Sasha Banks. Tyler Breeze just recently joined. This is his first WWE pay-per-view yesterday, actually, the Survivor Series. Any thoughts on all these new guys? Or any new guys you want to come in?
Honestly, I'd like to see a lot of the old Ring of Honor guys come in from that group. It seems to be like WWE's training ground,
basically.
For NXT. Basically, you start at Ring of Honor, you go to NXT, and then if you're good enough, they pull you into the main event.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys I'd like to see come in. Nobody in particular that comes off of mind right away. I highly recommend watching any Ring of Honor if you've not. Especially the new guys that are in there. Amazing guys. Definitely check them out.
How about from NXT, like Finn Balor and Bayley and them?
I think they're still a little too green to work yet during the main show. I'm kind of surprised they pulled in Kevin Owens. That dude's he's kind of stiff. You can kind of see it in the ring when he's wrestling. That dude he doesn't know how to pull back at all.
Jeez, what can you what gives it away for you based on your expertise?
Just the way I can see that he carries himself in the ring. You can see that his strikes and his clotheslines and everything, that he doesn't loosen up with them. He's just really stiff. You can tell that he's still not very comfortable doing it yet in that big of a crowd.
Yeah.
So he's trying to really push himself to look tough as he can, but in turn he's gonna make the other guys in the back end up hating him for that fact that he is wrestling so stiff and so tough with them that he's gonna end up hurting somebody. And I'm just waiting for him to actually really hurt somebody and end up putting almost like pulling like a Dan Severn.
Oh, jeez.
If we remember him, you know, he was working a match, was still kind of green, working really stiff, and ended up putting the dude in a wheelchair.
Ouch.
You know, things like that happen, especially if you're working that stiff, and I'm just waiting to see who's going to end up getting hurt by it.
Jeez. But another thing, another big thing that happened this year was unexpected, was Hulk Hogan and his little, comments, and he got, blacklisted off of the website, off the merchandise. They're trying to ignore the fact he existed now.
Yeah, which is really hard to do because, I mean, when you think of wrestling, the first thing you think of is
Hulk Hogan.
You think Hulkamania, you know, you think of the tearing off the shirt, you know,
all of that. Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's too iconic to say, oh, you know, you can't pull Chris Benoit on him.
Yeah.
After the crap he pulled, you just can't. He's too iconic.
Exactly.
You know, everybody remembers the lazy leg drop. You know,
Yeah.
getting punched in the face and then him hulking out and walking around the ring. He gets punched again. He blocks it and he punches you. Starts running around the ring like a goofball.
Big boot in the face.
Yeah,
and
the big
ended
boot,
up
which,
with
by
the
the way, I'm sorry, if somebody hit me with a leg drop as a finisher, I would kick out. I would never stay down for a leg drop. I don't care who you are, how big of a name. If you hit me with a leg drop, I'm going to kick out.
Yeah.
But no, he's too iconic to just say, oh, you know what, screw this guy, he never existed. He's just too iconic. You can't do it.
I know, really.
You can write him out and just say, okay, you're not going to do anything anymore. We don't want anything further to do with you. But try to act like his career never happened. When basically
He basically made the career, to tell you the...
wrestling epic. He made people want to do it. I mean, back in the day from, you know, when I was watching wrestling as a kid before I started doing it in the ring myself, those were the guys I was watching. Those are the guys that inspired me to want to do it.
Yeah.
And he was one of them. I mean, granted, he doesn't have that much wrestling ability, but that dude has charisma.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
oozing
He was
out
like
of
the big good guy of the 80s, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he was that uber good guy. And then when he hit the NWO, he was that uber bad guy. He made such an easy transition.
Yeah.
From being the guy that you want to just hug and hang out with to being like, oh, that guy's a dick.
Yeah,
You know?
basically.
It was perfect. I mean, his career has just spanned so long.
I like how he used that towards his evil angle. Basically, like you all wouldn't be here. It wasn't for me, brother. I'm Hollywood Hogan. Y'all gotta kiss my ass.
Exactly.
Basically, he rolled off so perfectly.
Epic. He was the only NWO guy that had different music than the other ones because he was that epic.
Yeah.
You know? It was just,
Oh,
no,
God.
you can't write him off. You can't. I know he said some nasty things.
Yeah.
But to try to act like he never existed in the ring, it's not going to work. People still know he was there. They still remember it.
Yeah,
And if you put a Hulk Hogan shirt out, they'll still buy it.
Yeah, obviously. It makes me wonder, though, like, I haven't seen people even wear them. I wonder, like, if you show up with a Hulk Hogan shirt, they're like, oh, I'm going to have to ask you to leave or something whenever you go to one of those events.
I highly doubt it.
Because offhand, I don't see anyone wearing Hulk Hogan anything in the crowds anymore unless the camera pans away.
Well, that's because you don't see a lot of Hulk Hogan merch anymore. I mean, he's still relevant to the point where you think of, okay, when you think of wrestling, your first thought is Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But he's not to that point right now where he's the last thought too.
Yeah.
There's so much more going on. There's so many other amazing wrestlers out there. There's so much more to go with. You know, you got Del Rey. You got, you know,
John Cena now,
John
and The
Cena,
Rock, and all them.
Which, by the way, I'm not a Cena fan. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm sorry if anybody who's watching this is. I'm not.
I think there's like...
That dude has the same issue that Hulk Hogan did, which is that dude has very limited wrestling ability, but that dude oozes charisma, and you can get away with it.
Nowadays, he is the new, like, uber
He
good
is.
guy
He
or
is.
whatever.
He's the new Uber guy.
Yeah.
When you think of wrestling nowadays, if you ask somebody who's been watching wrestling for maybe the last 15 years only, their first thought is John Cena.
Yeah.
Because he's that iconic of a guy.
That's true.
You throw red and yellow on that guy, make him grow his hair out and maybe lose a little bit of beard, and make him start throwing big boots and the lazy leg drop. You got Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan 2.0, basically.
I mean, look at his finisher. It's that FU move. You know, it's basically this to this. It's really not that epic. I've seen more bigger moves come from people.
Yeah.
But it's just because he's that big of a character. He's not a great wrestler, but he's a great character.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about him.
Yeah. Well, more recent events, just to kind of wrap this up real quickly, because we're both on break lunch /. But
Yes, we are.
let me see here. Okay, so recently we got the big Survivor Series. We know that Seth Rollins had this random accident to his knee. It should not bend that way, and that's why he had to vacate the title. A big tournament. Triple H offered Roman Reigns a chance to just skip the tournament and be like the last guy. So basically it would just be whoever wins the tournament versus him for the title. He chose to just go through all out. He went through everything. He beat his best friend Ambrose without either of them turning heel. They were both hugging and stuff afterwards. And
Which I do love. I love it when you see guys that are just... They want to keep that face.
Yeah, because everyone was expecting one of them to turn heel.
Yeah, because usually when you see that happen, you see one guy turning into a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is generally the more common storyline. It's really hard for wrestlers to wrestle against each other when you're doing face versus face.
Yeah.
Just because one of you has to play more of a dick than the other one.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do that without coming off like a total dick and ruining your character.
Yeah. So he won.
I did see that actually. I haven't watched too much of the Survivor Series. I caught a couple clips of it.
Yeah.
But that is one of the things I've seen on there actually. And I thought that was really well done.
So basically, he won the title, held it for maybe all of 2 minutes before Sheamus came in, bro kick, and he lost it. And so, what do you think of like that kind of screw job on him? Like, why is it so hard for WWE to just let Roman Reigns win the title? Seems every time he comes close, he gotta take it away.
I know the exact reason they're doing that. They're trying to create heat between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling you're going to see Reigns getting the title back eventually, or at least having a really good run to try to get it.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to push that story along.
Yeah, because ever since the Royal Rumble, when he was close to it, everyone loved Daniel Bryan so much. The moment he was knocked out of the Royal Rumble, everyone literally stopped caring who would win at that point anymore.
Yeah.
And people were saying that at that point, had he won, no one would care. Which, yeah, he booed. He brought out The Rock, and even then, people didn't like,
They didn't care.
Now after a year that people do have a fan, but Andy still took it away from him. That just really sucked.
I mean, what you want to see is just like, it's like what you see in the comics for any superhero book you might read, because I do know you use a lot of comic book things on here.
Yep.
And I know your fans are watching that, and they're reading the books that you're reading too.
Yeah.
You don't want to see the hero succeed. You don't want to see him just, oh, he punches the Green Goblin in the face, and then all of a sudden he walks away, and he's like, okay, I'm going to go get a cheeseburger now. No, you want to see him get his ass handed to him. You want to see him get screwed over. You want to see Gwen Stacy die. You want to see all that happen because you want to see how he's going to pick himself back up from this monumental shitstorm.
Yeah, Reigns got a lot to pick himself up on now.
And it's gonna boost that story so much where it's gonna make people want to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to bring people in. I mean, with that type of storylines, you can't really do it on. It's like what they do on TV shows. You want to leave that cliffhanger. Say, okay, well, what's going to happen with this guy next?
Yeah, and honestly, that's what I'm like curious.
And you're the same way. You want to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do too. Yeah. And that's the reason they're doing it, is to basically make people care and want to see what's going to happen, and that way they're going to keep tuning in.
Yeah. And the last thing to wrap it up, like, what do you want for? Well, I know we still got 1 month left, basically, but what do you want for 2016?
Bring back Sting.
Yeah. And about Sting. Make him win, please. He had 2 big profile matches against Triple H and against Seth Rollins. He lost them both.
I know, I don't like that.
I don't see what's the point.
Like, I'm such a big Sting fan that actually one of my finishers was actually the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah, just renamed or something.
No, I called it the Scorpion because you know what? When he was one of those characters that made me want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, just once again, just has amazing charisma. He's actually a really talented wrestler.
Yeah.
Dude knows psychology in and out of matches, and he's just amazing. Yeah, they need to give him a win. So bring him back, let him win a couple. And
yeah, let him.
Be happy.
Yeah. Because the thing is, it's like kind of like the Undertaker. We don't know how many good years he's got left, so make him go on and win.
Exactly.
You know, like, geez.
You don't. I don't want to see them pull a Ric Flair on him where it's like, where is he now?
Yeah.
You see him every once in a while, maybe come out, and that's about the end of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen with him.
Exactly, especially how he started in WWE like this late in the game. Give him some good matches to us. You to remember him within WWE's history. You know, he already did a lot in WCW. Make him do something in WWE.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, you know, he deserves to. I mean, I know he's at the end of his career, so you know what? Give him a good way to go out.
Yeah.
You know, make him a hero on his way out, just like he's always been to anybody watching wrestling. You know, even in the early 90s, going into the 2000s, you know, he was always that kind of epic hero. Once he went into the TNA, he was still dropping down from the ceiling into the ring, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what you want. Yeah. And that's I'd like to see them try to pull that stuff kind of back to him without going all Owen Hart on him.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, make sure he's safe.
Yeah. But, yeah, that wraps it up for today, guys. We got to go back to work and everything because I guess, you know, bills don't pay themselves and all that good stuff. But, yeah, we're all big wrestling fans. We'll see what happens. We'll see what brings us. See what happens between this year and Survivor Series next year. So, let's see what happens. See y'all next time, man.